I've got this is going to be the last show ever. Every year, I used to always do that on April Fools, and it was funniest thing was like every year people would fall for it. So I'm not going to do it this year, okay, guys? It's Friday, April 1st. Let's head into the K-Wave News Link Zoom room where we have Got Your Back 671. And this is that's no April Fools. They really are Got Your Back 671. And so you guys are, we'll just introduce everybody. We have John. Let me get your titles up here. I'll make sure I get this right. Good morning. You know what? Actually, go ahead and introduce yourselves to the people of Guam.
All right, so my name's John Conception, president of Got Your 671. Same as Got Your Back,
Gotcha.
So Got Your 671.
Hey, Hafide, good morning. My name is Roy Gamboa. I'm the vice president of Got Your 671.
And I'm Karina Balesta, PAO of Got Your 671.
And I'm Tanya Eubanks. I am the secretary for Got Your 671.
All right, so it is Got Your 671, which is Got Your 6, which is Got Your Back. But what they did there is the area code. That's really clever, man. Whose idea was that?
Oh man, we just came together and we're just throwing out the letters and just trying to manipulate it as best as we can, and then boom, GY 671.
Yeah, I like it, man. You guys are a different kind of veterans group than we've seen here on Island, right? Because we've always had like veterans groups, the Vietnam veterans, but they tend to skew kind of like older, like, right? These are mostly our uncles. And so I thought it was really cool to look at your group, GY671, and some of the stuff you're doing to outreach to veterans, to hang out with veterans, to go biking, hiking, and to do these hooch talks, which is what I kind of wanted to go into first. If you could, what exactly is a hooch, and what do you guys do at the hooch?
Anyone want to go on that one? It sounds funny, right, Chris?
Yeah, it does. I don't even know if I can say hooch on the air. I don't want to get a ticket, man.
That's hooch with an H.
Yes, it is hooch with an H, guys. Yes.
But it's called the Battle Buddy Talk.
Yeah.
Karina's actually at the hooch.
Yes, I'm here.
Here, his background.
Wow.
So the hooch is just the military term. It's like a place where you put your head down, you take off your boots, unwind, a place where you sleep, when you're deployed or when you're out there in the field. So that's what the hooch means.
Right, and so it kind of, in representing that for your group, it represents a place where veterans can come and do exactly what you said, and maybe not literally anymore because they're not deployed, but figuratively, right, where they can take off the stress that might be the boots or, the troubles that might be the camouflage or whatever, right?
Roger, you're tracking like a VHS, Chris.
I don't even know. What is a VHS, guys?
Tracking
Tracking like a VHS. Okay, now I got it. I didn't know you meant that VHS. So tell us about some of these battle buddy talks and because I know that your group is pretty big, but if there are veterans out there listening, please share with us what exactly happens in a battle buddy talk.
Okay.
You got it?
I got it. Yeah, so Battle Buddy Talk was actually started by a fellow veteran Marine, Ray Shinhara. He is a certified social worker. And since then, GY671, let me back up. We started online partially because of COVID, and we would get quite a few veterans, and it's topic led. We share the topic of discussion, usually a few days before our Wednesday 7 p.m. meetings. And it can be every topic that's somewhat affecting or can affect veterans, how we deal with stress, anger, anxiety. And we don't necessarily always focus on negative things. We also talk about what are you doing to be happy? What keeps you happy? And the focus there is veterans are more comfortable with talking to each other. So at a minimum, we say, hey, look, if it's your first time, introduce yourself. You don't have to talk. You can come, you can listen, find out what it's all about. And the feedback that we've gotten is through both veterans and doctors and social workers is it's raw, right? And usually in a doctor's office, you don't want to cuss, you don't want to say those things, you don't want to open up. So veterans, what we've found is we gladly open up to each other because we've walked in each other's boots, per se. So yeah, weekly we sit there, we talk. Usually there's no time limit. We don't try to rush through things, especially when it's a tough subject. So yeah, we do this every week. And sometimes veterans need that because they might not have a scheduled appointment with a doctor for at least a month. And there are some troubling times in between. And so we offer our services to sit there, talk, listen, and share ideas.
When you talk about those troubling times in between, what are some of the things that, give these vets troubles?
Tanya, can you speak on that?
I didn't hear the question.
What's troubling these vets when Roy talks about there's a lot of troubling times in between, what could be scheduled appointments?
Well, first of all, I think with the Battle Buddy talk, it's not a clinical setting. Like John said, it's a space for them, a safe space for them to actually just unwind, unlace their boots, and talk story. And more importantly, doing that amongst their own veteran brothers and sisters, which makes it a little bit more comfortable without having to worry about, a clinician taking notes and putting it in their assessment and treatment plan and whatnot. They get to share their personal stories. And I think that's very, very important to stress. But to answer your question, the struggles that these veterans have, they carry it throughout their lives. And whether it's internally or externally, it's just a way for them to come and be amongst their veteran brothers and sisters, and they get to share openly, safely, and comfortably, and a lot of these veterans too, when they start off, they're very reserved and, they don't want to mention anything. They don't want to show their face. They don't want to speak up yet. But I think it's great that when they're amongst their brothers and sisters and they hear the same struggles that they're going through, it opens the door, and then they muster up the courage to speak and let it out and let that great weight lifted off their shoulders, and then they get support, like massive support from our officers, from fellow veterans that are in the group. Did I answer that?
Yeah, that was actually a great answer. I wanted to ask you guys because I see that you do a lot of activities, and we're popping up the pictures during the interview here, but. Obviously, because of COVID, right? I'm pretty sure at the beginning it was hard for you guys to get together. So, what was it like when things started to really ease up and you were able to do these? And just looking at some of the activities you're doing, biking, a 22-mile march with the Freedom Grinders, a hike from Warren the Memorial Park, stopping at Adelup and Skinner Plaza at the memorial sites, then on to Paseo. You've done suicide awareness waves. And then, of course, the weekly Battle Buddy talks. But what was it like, being quarantined, on the lockdown and stuff, and then finally being able to do these things and get out and, face to face in person? That's huge.
Yeah, man, my therapist told me not to isolate myself. And then when COVID happened, I had to isolate myself. So, what they say in the military is adapt and overcome. So that's what we did pretty much. We followed protocols and all that. We just did what we had to do to reach out to these veterans, especially with the veterans with PTSD and suicidal thoughts, man. That's a pandemic in itself, and it's been going on way before the COVID hit. So it was something that we needed to focus on.
Let's talk about that suicide awareness wave. What was that like?
Oh man, it was overwhelming. It was awesome to see the support, the honking of the horns. It was just overwhelming. It was a great sight to see all these people getting together and expressing how they feel about the situation. So it's a stigma in itself, but it needs to be talked about. Yeah. And we encourage everyone that's having these issues to reach out and talk. Communication is key.
Are the services there for the veterans? Locally and on the federal side, or do you guys feel like your group is kind of filling in the gaps where there might be some shortfalls in services, or are they?
Well, what's helping us out now, Chris, is we're getting a lot more support now from the VA through a program called Together with Veterans. They've recognized what we're doing out in the community, and it's great to know that the VA is taking action on surveys that have been submitted. They recognize what we've said, veterans prefer to talk amongst veterans. Now, there are multiple suicide prevention campaigns in different organizations, the Guam Behavioral Health Center. You've got, programs at DOE. and things like that. And so what we're doing with Together with Veterans is bringing all our community partners together so that we can establish a great network of resources and bring awareness. You know, we sat in a room, we had our first official meeting. We had about 17 people in the room from different areas of the community. And we said, you know, yes, everybody's operating in a silo right now. Why don't we all get together so we can plan and organize and prevent one? So great news is the number is no longer 22. The numbers are dwindling with the number of total veteran suicides, but we're not going to stop until we can end it, or at least hopefully get to the end. And I think, you know, with bringing everybody in the same room and coordinating efforts, we want to take a situation that could possibly be harmful and start to diffuse it, knowing, recognizing, and understanding that, hey, a veteran is more comfortable with talking to a veteran. We've spoken with the Guam Police Department and the Guam Fire Department to say, hey, gentlemen, you know, let's talk about a plan about maybe giving your officers undershirts that have a big word veteran plastered across the front. And if they approach a known veteran, or if somebody declares, hey, this is a veteran going through some tough times, they'll be able to respond with that shirt and say, hey, look, let's talk, let's communicate. And instead of escalating to something that could be criminal charges, hey, let's go in a different route, and maybe let's just help this guy get to Guam Behavioral Health or other programs. So we encourage a lot of our veterans, come talk to us, be comfortable with talking about your emotions, your feelings. And when you transition into a clinical setting, it's a little easier for them and for the clinicians to assess, analyze, and then prescribe proper treatments. And then they can keep coming back to us on a weekly basis. Now, while we focus a lot on suicide prevention and PTSD awareness, we also try to balance it with a lot of other purposeful, meaningful, fun stuff. Like you talked about the hikes. We've got other things planned.
Oh, wait, is marching 22 miles fun to you guys? Because I don't know about
I don't do it.
Yeah.
I pass out the water.
Yeah. Maybe like 2.2 miles, maybe. I'm down, but, you know. You said fun, right? No,
Yeah, we try to provide some humor in what we do. So you know, laughter is great. Laughter is free.
Always love it, man. Have you guys reached those veterans who come to maybe the Battle Buddy talks, and you reach them and they get to that point where they're sharing with you guys that they've had those thoughts about suicide?
Mm-hmm.
In the genesis, while we were doing Battle Buddy talk on Zoom, I know John and I have actually. Well, there's a few of us have actually responded to individuals that have said that they're at the end. There have been many hours invested into talking them down from the edge, and that helped spur us on to go out there and reach more of our brothers that are out there that are struggling. And a lot of times veterans feel like they're the only ones that are going through certain issues of anxiety. Isolation created a big problem where four walls can be the worst enemy of a veteran who's used to being engaged in something all the time. So we see different veterans in different stages of personally some of what we've been through, some of those dark times. And what we were referring to was just, it's a downward spiral when one negative thought impacts everything about your day. Stress, anxiety, fatigue, popping pills all the time because you just want to get away from it all. And we provide personal experience and share those stories. We do everything in our power to not tell people what to do, but we give them guidance by showing what we've done to overcome some of our issues on an individual level. And that provides some guidance and giving them light to know that, hey, there is a light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak, and we're here. There's an old adage talking about how a soldier falls into a hole, and different levels of military leadership throw him a ladder, throw him a rope, but he still can't get out of the hole. We're the type that's going to jump in that hole with you and help you climb your way out. And that's kind of the aspect that we take whenever we have somebody struggling with really bad issues.
More details about some of the activities that you guys do. We did have a comment in here. Tino comments, how does a person get a hold of your group?
Go ahead, Karina.
We're on Instagram, Got Your 671, and Facebook, GY671. Also, we've been talking about Battle Buddy Talk, but we're not telling you guys when it's happening.
Yeah.
It's Wednesday at 7 p.m. at Sagan Katuran Chamorro. That's where I'm at right now. And the view is amazing.
Show us the view. Can you show us? Sir, can you pop her up. Nice, beautiful.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I can.
Yep.
Can you sweep the floor while you're there?
Yeah, fix it for next Wednesday, Fangirl.
Floor. But yeah, that's our view. And it's really beautiful at night. I think I sent you some pictures
Yeah,
of
very, very
what
nice.
our nighttime.
What's it like to get in
And
that?
that's it.
I mean, when you talk about that not
Say again?
being a clinical setting, right, and it being comfortable because it's veterans with veterans. Do you ever have maybe veterans who are not, maybe not seeing a doctor or not on meds or whatever, but they go to these talks and they feel like it's kept them out of that clinical setting?
Yes, definitely. And
Yeah,
we try to tell a lot of veterans, look, we don't expect to see you every single week. And the good news about that is some of these veterans get to see some of what we're going through. They get some of the help. They get into a more positive space. What we do is we then encourage them. Hey, look, man, if you know other brothers or sisters out there going through the same thing, recommend them to come our way, right? Usually we try to always talk at the end about changing perspectives and putting a positive spin on some of the issues that we tackle every single week, right? We, like I said, we partnered up with the Together with Veterans program, and a lot of it is tailoring the talk track to our veterans and sharing information that there's just many years of research, and we put our own personal spin. So while we want to help as many people, I think the number is not necessarily good to see high numbers. We want people to start whittling away, so to speak, and transitioning into more of the positive activities that we do. So
we also encourage, sorry, Bart, we also encourage them to, if they haven't seeked a professional, to go ahead and register at the CBOC and do so. We're just providing another outlet for these veterans,
Right.
especially for those that never or just finally coming out and realizing they have a problem. So
Yeah.
resources is one of our
biggest tools.
Right, and pointing people to the right resources. We actually had another comment from Tino. He comments in, I'm not too sharp with technology stuff. Is there a phone number?
Yeah, you can reach myself, my phone, area code 671-482-9327.
Okay, got that? 671-482-9327?
That's correct.
Okay, Tino, thank you. Technology fan that. Wait, Amy had commented. You guys have
Computer a little bit. That's like a little bit.
a little bit. There, you guys have a TikTok page too? Does the AG know about that?
Uh-oh. Yes, we do.
Yeah, we do. We don't.
What's that like? I mean, you getting your social media out there. I mean, I see on Instagram you guys got a lot of stuff going on. Are there veterans on the social media that you guys get a hold of and come check out your group?
Oh, yes. I had a veteran contact me 2 weeks ago on Facebook, and he wanted to know more because there are some people that watch us, but they don't come to our Battle Buddy Talks because they're still a little hesitant. But there are some people that reach out through social media, and we do talk to them.
Right on, yeah. And we're reaching one here on the link this morning, guys. I want to wrap because we're heading to the top of the hour. But if you guys want to close it off for the audience, go for it.
Oh, yep. I have to do one thing. We're having a VetBot car wash on April 16 at Bell's Lounge in Manila. So if you want to support us, support veterans.
Wait, what'd you say? VetBod?
VetBod. VetBod car wash.
Where does it rank? Like Dad Bod, VetBod? Where? How does? Is there?
Perfect, bro, Chris. It's dad bod, but with more knee and back pain. That's all it is.
Okay, got you. There you go. Put it in Webster. Okay, so that's when's that happening, Karina?
April 16
Okay.
at Bell's Lounge.
All right. If you guys want to jump on before that to get the word out, let me know. Tanya?
Sweet. Tanya, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk. Sorry.
I didn't hear you.
She's waiting for the empanada.
Yeah, it's not here yet.
Yeah.
I think he went to get it in Umatic. I'm sorry, Humatec. Yeah. John, good to see you, my friend. I love what you guys are doing. It's great. We got a lot of comments. Roman comments, amazing group, vision, and vibe. Thank you for your service. Claire comments in here, GY671, awesome. Keep it going. Amy Jackson says, Vet Bod Car Wash, 3 exclamation points.
Yeah. Amy wants to do a vet bod calendar, so we'll hit her up for that.
It's in the works.
Can
Let
I
me
show
know.
you- Can I just, I want to show you how fun these guys make their events. And when they say they go all out with humor, and when they have the Silkies March and, just all in fun, This is an
Oh,
example
oh
of how they're dressed.
Those are called silkies.
Yeah, I
Super
saw that one.
shorts.
I thought you accidentally sent me something from your other phone, or when I.
No, that was from our March liberation.
Liberation.
Right. Yeah, it does look liberating to put on some silkies.
Right.
Let me know next
And then
time.
those that don't participate with the short shorts, I
Yeah.
mean, but still representing the Marine Corps.
That's it. Show them
We'll
quads.
get you out there, Chris.
Yeah,
we'll
let
get
me
you
know.
some silkies.
Let me
Thank you.
let me know,
Hassan,
Roy.
Chris.
Karina, anytime. John, good to see you, my friend.
All right, you too, man. Thanks.
Tanya.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, of course. That's you guys are doing good
Bye.
work. Keep it up. That's that, Joss. Right. That's awesome. Got your 671. See that? How they did that? Got your back 71. Great group, guys. Again, the guy's phone number. Oh, darn. Sorry. 671. John, what was it again?
482-9327.
You got that, sir? 671-482-9327. Thank you, Roy. Esta, guys. Okay, ladies. Right on. 7:54. Hey, let's take a quick break, and we're coming back with more of the show to include our 8 o'clock newscast. We have a bunch of comments here. Good morning, Facebook Live. Good morning. And also on the breeze. Good morning on you. It is Biba Betness right here on the link. We're brought to you by Calvo Enterprises, ITD, and Jack in the Box. Good morning. KUAM FM and Agatni Guam. We are the breeze, and this is the link. Guahu Sibo back.